Hello everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Mumbo and today we are going to be taking a look at something really awesome, and that is this 100% lossless, fully automatic melon farm. Now this one does use the same concept that I uploaded in a Too Small episode around about 2 weeks ago, and if you haven't seen that video then I would definitely suggest checking it out. I'll put a link to that on the screen and also in the description, but there are a few differences between this design and the one that I featured in that video. The first one being, this one uses bud switches instead of a timer, which makes it a little bit more efficient. The next one is that it is much more compact and also a lot more resource friendly. So let's take a closer look at it. Now I know what's going through your mind right now. Why would I build this complicated looking redstone mess over some form of simple and easier to build melon farm? And this is the big point. It's because this one that you can see in this video is 100% lossless. There will be no melons left untouched. All of the produce from this farm will be transported over to your chest and kept nice and easily stored until you want to come along and pick it up. And that is because we're using the hopper minecarts. Now I did a little bit of explanation of this in the Too Small video, and also Deco the Redstoner has done a fantastic job at explaining it on his channel, and I'll include a link to that video in the description, but now I am going to explain it to you in this one as well. So you got plenty of explanations from various different people over how this works. This is the game mechanic that our automatic melon farm works on, and that is that stacked minecarts do not lose any momentum. So you can see when we hit this button, they will just travel off and keep on moving into the distance. They will not slow down. It is as if they have got powered rails underneath them. Now the way that we use this in our automatic melon farm is we make them run across the dirt that will have all of the melons on them. They will go to the end, bounce back, and go back to the beginning, meaning that the farm is reset and ready to use again. Now I think that is enough chit chat for one episode. Like I say, if you do want just a little bit more information on how this all works, then I have included a bit of description in the Too Small episode, but also you can check out Deco the Redstoner's proof of concept video that is also in the description. But anyway, let's crack on with this tutorial. So you want to get things started with a 4 deep area. The length of the build, it really does depend on how big you want your automatic melon farm to be. Mine is going to be 8 blocks long, and I find that to be pretty good. But all you have to do is take the length of how many melons you're going to have and add 6 blocks on one end and add 3 blocks on the other one. But anyway, you want to come up to the front, go 1 block back and take out a line of blocks, and then place a line of sticky pistons facing upwards. And all of these are going to have your dirt blocks on top like this, and then over here you just want to place a block up like that and run that across like this, and this is where your seeds are going to be going. Then you want to go down to the bottom, over to the side with the 6 blocks, and just carry out 5 blocks like this, and then a block up like that. Place your powered rail, a regular rail, and then a detector rail with a piece of redstone down here, a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on top, and then you want a repeater and redstone dust running all the way across like this. Now under here is our sticky pistons. This redstone will power those pistons for 1 tick, meaning that they will fire out their blocks. Next to your detector rail, you want to go 1, 2, and 3, and then place 2 blocks across like this, a powered rail there, and a regular rail facing in that direction. Obviously that means that the minecarts are going to travel along down this, and then over here you just want to place a block up like that and 2 blocks, and then a block up like that with a powered rail there and a powered rail there with a lever in between them. Flick that on and make sure that both of these are traveling in the right direction. So you want to place a powered rail like this, then take it out, and a powered rail there and take it out, and you can see they are now going to bounce back and forth. Next up, above all of these dirt blocks you want to place regular pistons facing downwards, so just right here, this level, so 1 block above these, but then they are going to be above these dirt blocks, and you just want to walk down, placing them facing downwards, like I say, above the dirt blocks, because obviously that is where your melons are going to be. If obviously you go 1 block further, then take that out because that's not going to be necessary. But next you just want to place a line of blocks up next to these pistons and up by 1, so they are diagonal, and just run it along the line like that, and place redstone dust on top of all of these. And then over here you just want to place a sticky piston facing in this direction with a redstone power block on its face, and then a repeater, and that will be running into a block, and those blocks are going to be running round like that with a redstone torch here, redstone dust, a repeater, and then 2 more pieces of redstone dust, and that will create a bud switch. Now we are almost done with the redstone. You just want to head over to this redstone torch and place blocks going down like this, and then down there, and 2 blocks there, and you just want to run redstone round like that, and place 2 repeaters running into this block, which will power this rail here, sending off our minecarts down on their journey. Just as a quick thing, you want to plant your melons and take out all of these dirt blocks down here and put them on the same level as the original dirt blocks next to these melon seeds, so then your melons will grow. Next thing, you want to place down your chest. I'm going to be putting mine down here, and then you want to go over to where this powered rail is. You want to pick that up and run the hoppers into it by shift clicking. So there we go, and then our hoppers are going to run into that one and then replace the powered rail, and do the same thing for this one over here. So just take out this block temporarily and run the hoppers into those ones there with the powered rail on top, and that should all reset and be fine. And finally, you want to place down all of your minecarts. The way you do this is you place down the first one, and then you have to hold shift and try and find the sweet spot in which the minecart rail then pops up with the hitbox. And then you want to click once again, and then again, and you will have 3 minecarts stacked on top of each other. We're going to do the same thing for this one over here. So place down our minecart, and then try and find that sweet spot. There it is, and click and click. So there it is. 3 hopper minecarts on top of that powered rail. Everything should now be complete, so we're going to give it a quick tester by manually updating this piston. So just place down this block and you will see that the melons would have been harvested, and then the minecarts run along, pick up all of the melons and run back over to this area, in which they will drop all of the items off into that chest. So the last thing that you now have to do is cover everything in glass so no melons can escape this design. If they can, then there is no point in building it all. So like I say, cover everything in glass so that no melons can escape. But unfortunately, that is all I've got time for this week, so if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.